Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play KotOR. Alright, so in the last episode we were scouring the plains of Dantooine here. And, is that a giant flying stingray? Huh. Well, anyway. So we were heading to the Grove to taint it of the evil, and it looks like there's a guy on a bridge here. Hopefully he won't cause us any trouble, but let's find out. Oh boy. Who are you?
Kieno nama paule rachikun, ta kunjus tahmiki grabulmogo, kachichu ita bordunga, tolbabank, wale oganda naru chuchut. Jedubadwana nidibobo, tong nabungsha nunya, tong patukashmak telea.
Okay, well apparently he wants our help in dealing with some kind of, like, case, so what do you want me to do?
Wanakunbez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek ka chikun ita hodonga yiking kuno ba mulera chikun spimo podona ruliodunga ku hunkabe tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa nita poe tikito dolpa da bongwaleo gandonan chuchut ka chichu ita dundonga Tonga kun hunkabi. Wanakunbez ching palamule ka chikun ita hodonga yiking kuno pa mulera chikun spimo podona ruliodunga ku hunkabe runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wanakunbez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek Tugning chatukune mulera ka chikun ita hodonga yiking kuno pa mulera chikun spimo podona ruliodunga ku hunkabe runda di hodonga kun hunkabi Wanakunbez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek Tugning chatukun ka chikun ita hodonga Yiking kuno pa mulera chikun spimo podona ruliodunga ku hunkabe.
Is there anything else I should know?
Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wanakunbez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek tugning chatukune mulerabes. Muchashak pakat.
Okay, well, apparently there was a murder. These two guys are suspects. We gotta find out exactly what's going on. What do you want, Candace? We get all close. Man, you weirdos. No, just back up. Back up, solo mode.
What? Sure.
Okay. I'm in space. Alright, let's talk to this guy first.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Now, you see, this is like the kind of shit they do in Scooby-Doo. You know, they throw a real mean guy in there, and you always think he's the bad guy because he's mean, so obviously he's the bad guy. And then like the other guy will be real nice and charming and not a bad guy at all. But then it's just a big rouse, you see, and it turns out the mean guy is actually the good guy, and the guy who's all nice is actually the bad guy. So like, you know.
Ah, greetings.
See, told you.
You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation.
See,
I'm Handon
he's all
Gula.
nice.
Perhaps you've heard of me?
Should I have?
I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Did you see the killer?
And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Now, if you recall, Rickard said that he was hunting Iriaz, but when he shot, he missed because the sun was in his eyes. But this guy over here told us that it was cloudy today, and they should have sought shelter. So how could the sun have gotten in his eyes if it was cloudy? He was lying. Let's go report it to him.
Ako pa, Chick.
I want to discuss the murder.
Ronda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palam ta kun just takniki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Jedo badawana ni di bobo. Tong na bungsha nununya. Tong patukasmak talea. Tong haitwam jiji jom lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Tolpa da bonkwaleo gandona chuchut. Kachi chu muchashat pakat. Kiye no no namapaole rachikun.
Rickard is lying. It was cloudy. There was no sun glare.
Tong haitwam jiji jom lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Tolpa da bonkwaleo gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundo ta kumjas takmiki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno pamulera chikun. Simo podona rundi hodunga kun kabe. Muchashat pakat.
Alright, sounds like a good idea.
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
That's all for now.
Right.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
No one says you killed him yet.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him?
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. A hut here on Dantooine.
What?
Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
Alright, that's all.
Of course, of course.
Let's talk to the droid.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Boluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusov, and Hand and Gold. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Nettic. Is there any information you require?
Very good, okay. What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Can you tell me about KotOR and Hammond?
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past 7 weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
They rented a speeder together, so he did know him better than he's saying. Now he's lying to us. They're both liars and con artists. Alright, what about Calder and Rickard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need?
So now Rickard and the victim got into a drunken fight about a business deal or something. So they're both lying. They know the victim way better than... Well, actually, I already knew that Rickard knew him. They said he got along, but if he cheated him in a business deal, then that's a motive, right? For a murder. If they got into a drunken argument, then yeah, you probably want to murder him. Tell me about these planes.
These planes are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
That'll be all.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Alright.
How can I be of further assistance?
You knew Calden better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Whoa, he said he didn't even know him. Now he's saying, why would you punch his face in?
My wife was cheating on me with him.
Oh!
I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room.
Oh, that's
But
rough.
as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
But you already lied to me, so that's a crime, kind of. Alright, that's all.
Of course, of course.
I know this bastard.
So, what do you want to know?
You thought Calder was cheating you.
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
You can deny it, but there was bad blood between you.
Right.
Alright. Want to discuss the murder?
Runda dijo tonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ka chi kun ita donga. Iking kuno pamulet. Runda dijo tonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba.
Well, Hanan was lying. He knew his wife was cheating on him.
Ta kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Kachikun ita donga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Mucho shot pakat.
Alright, yeah, we gotta find out about the weapon now.
Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
Okay, so if it didn't belong to the victim, then it has to be one of theirs, so... And it didn't just drop from space, so now we know that he was definitely murdered by one of these guys. He had to have been. Alright, that's all.
These plains are rife with wild animals.
Oh, whoops.
Is there...
Click the wrong thing.
Very well.
How can I be of further assistance?
Do you know about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous calf hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
Well, then maybe when he was cheap, like, you know, banging his wife, he stole the blaster from his house, so it was his. Okay, so now we know that it's his. So if anyone murdered him, then it's this guy. Right? Because it's his blaster. He just admitted it. So the only two possible scenarios is that, you know, A, it was Calder's, he stole it from his house when he was banging his wife, and then, you know, he got shot by Rickard accidentally and dropped it. But, yeah, or not accidentally, yeah, because Rickard has his own gun. And this guy's, yeah, so never mind. Okay. Well, nah, I don't want to jump the gun. And just say, like, you know, oh, you wanted to kill Calder, no. That's all. Wait, yeah, you're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
He is holding his side. The body of Calder known he was apparently shot behind with a blaster.
So, what do you want to know?
Well, the weapon.
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. I always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's.
Alright.
Right.
Is there any other information you need?
Is there a report of Hanen's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
So he's lying again. That means it has to be his blaster. It has to be. And that means he was carrying it, because there was no file of a stolen blaster, so it's leaning towards this guy shot him heavily. So, I'll have more questions later.
Very well.
Discuss the murder. The blaster is Hatton's. He lied about it being stolen. Okay, blood sample. Okay, DNA. That's what'll solve this case. Forensics. Let's do
Is
it.
there any other information you need?
The blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
So if it did not belong to Calder, that means that Haddon was injured somehow. And it's definitely his blaster. I know what happened. Rickard definitely shot at something. But what was it? He shot Haddon. He was... Since there was no sun, that means he knew what he was shooting at. He was trying to shoot a man. He must have mistaken... Yes. He must have... Rickard must have mistaken Haddon for Calder, shot him, and that was like right after Haddon shot Calder. So they were both trying to kill him. But Haddon actually did kill him. Rickard just accidentally shot Haddon. Yep, that's it. That's it, people.
Very well.
Tong abong siya umnina.
Didn't belong to the victim.
Runda di hotonga.
Haddon's blood. He's clutching his side.
Runda di hotonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jito ba wana ni di bobo? Tong nabung siya nununya. Tong patukas magtalea. Ta kung Diyos takmiki grabel mo ko. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabang wale oganda naru chuchut.
Nope. They are both guilty.
Runda di hotonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukune mule rabes. Tong abong siya umninang. Wanga kun bez king balik.
He was also having an... No. Rickard thought KotOR was cheating him in business.
Ta kung Diyos takmiki grabel mo ko. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabang wale oganda naru chuchut. Moga siya pongka bola wana chikne. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukune mulera bes. Tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Damn you.
Damn both of you.
Ha!
Kung Diyos takmiki grabel mo ko. Kachi chu ita bodunga. Tolbabang wale oganda naru chuchut. Moga siya pongka bola wana chikne. Mule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno ba mule rachi kun. Tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga.
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi yet. Who knows?
Yep.
Achuta.
We're done good.
Unga kunbis dolbi kikuyana. Dong patugas makdelea.
Well, that's it, guys. Solve the Moida. Now, like I said, I haven't played this game in so long. I actually did forget completely until the very end when I was talking to the droid. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. The answer is that they both did it. That's right. Yeah, see, it's like a crazy, you wouldn't expect it answer, but yeah. It was fun figuring out that murder again. It's a fun little side thing. Anyway, well, that's it for this episode, guys. This is just going to be a short one. I will be coming out with another episode on Tuesday, and it will be when we go and cleanse the grove of the Dark Taint. So I hope you enjoyed this, mystery detective episode, and join me next time. Keep it real, guys.